Right, so now we're going to go into the mayor's house. You probably noticed that the screen might be a bit darker. I've actually changed the volume, or the brightness, so that I could read the dialogue, but I don't think it's going to work. Because obviously when the Fairy King was speaking, I couldn't actually see what they were saying. So I've lowered down the brightness, so it might be a bit dark than the previous video, but if this helps so that you can see the dialogue, then obviously that'd be a great thing. If not, then I'm really sorry. I'll read out the dialogues anyway. All you're going to see is like a speech bubble with no writing in it. Ah, Tone, you are alive. Seems like we're the only ones in the village that survived. We never dreamt this would happen. One night and our village is gone. Can you believe this, Tone? I feel so helpless. I, the mayor of the village, can't do anything about it. What am I supposed to do now? Break down and cry. But yeah, so I've turned down the brightness. I'll try lowering down the brightness on the screen, so hopefully the dialogue will be better after the flash. I guess the only thing we can do is get help from the guardian of Nolan Village, Dran. Dran will not abandon us. He'll help us for sure. I have a favour to ask, Tone. Go to the Divine Beast Cave. Oh no, I can just tell that it's not going to be great, the dialogue. And tell Dran what happened. Divine Beast Cave is the cave outside towards your right hand side. You've probably seen it before. Well, seeing how he's lived in the village for 10 years, I'm pretty sure you'd see a fucking cave door outside the side of the mountain. Melt. I may be imagining things, but I sense something has changed about the cave. Be careful. No, sorry guys. Unfortunately I can't actually adjust the brightness. Oh, maybe I can actually, hold on. There we go. This is the cave key. Actually had to lower down the brightness there a bit. Sorry guys, but at least you could see it. I put things you might need in your bag for you. Don't get carried away. If you get in trouble and hit there, come back here and I'll get you more supplies. Good luck. Thanks, Mr. Mayor. So basically he's given us a few supplies. I'm going to be explaining some of them. So basically, this is your character. Obviously, this is going to be the character. Blah blah blah. And as you can see here, my weapon does 6 damage. I've got 3 defense. HP's at the bottom. I've got 70 HP, and and next to the sword is an orange bar. That is your weapon's HP. So basically, if it gets to 0, it breaks. Now, the starting weapon, the dagger, does not disappear, but weapons you find during the game, if its HP goes down to 0, the weapon HP, it will break and it disappears, which is why you want over here the repair powder. The repair powder obviously repairs the weapon when it's low on HP. And water is essential in the game, because at the very bottom you see those 3 like raindrop type things right at the bottom underneath the weapon's HP. Basically that's your thirst. So if you get thirsty, you start losing HP, so you need water to keep hydrated. Escape. He's given me obviously bread, food, recovers HP. The escape powder is actually used to leave a dungeon while there are monsters around. You can leave a dungeon without the escape powder, but you actually have to spend half of your gold, which you collect, to actually escape. So it's best to keep a couple of escape powders on you. And obviously status effects can happen, so obviously he's given us antidote drink, which was quite nice. But that's practically like small, that's pretty much like a small version of it. No, that's just a small intro of, yeah, shit. But so now our main mission now is to head over to the Divine Beast Cave, which is all the way over here. Sorry about the darkened screen. And here is where we want to use the cave key to open up the door to the first dungeon. Now each dungeon has its own set of floors. The Divine Beast Cave here has 15 floors. So we're going to start from floor 1. And those 8 balls are called Atlamelia. And practically that's what we need to collect to rebuild the village. So all that plain area you see will soon become a village, which I will be creating. Obviously, because we haven't got no weapons, we start off with a shitty little dagger. But the dagger will do fine. Now I want to know what the dialogue's going to be like.
It's for real this time, Toad. From here on, you will be put to the true test.
I apologise about the brightness, but...
First, conquer this wretched divine beast's cave and find Dran's lair. That's your first goal.
When I tried to record this last time, there was no dialogue, because the screen was so bright.
Since you're a beginner, I'll give you a lesson on how to fight in the dungeon.
So but basically, I'm not going to read this out in the Fairy King's voice. It's practically just a tutorial. So obviously, to advance to the next floor, we need a gate key. Monsters drop the gate keys. Very simple. You have to beat every single enemy until you find the gate key. Blah 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 blah.
Next, I'll tell you about how to return to the ground level rather than advancing to the floor below. Well, actually, I think I'll let the Let's Player do that.
Yeah, so basically Mind Connect, that's what the Fairy King calls it. So to return to the ground level, obviously, we have to speak to him. Well, apparently in the game, Tone will speak with his mind, and he will lift us back up. This is practically if you just want to leave the dungeon, so obviously triangle, then leave the dungeon. Of course, monsters will block it, and that's what I mean. If you try to leave while there's monsters on the floor, you can still leave the dungeon, but you will lose half your gold for it, which is why you want escape powders to actually get back onto the to get back to the village without having to lose like half your gold. And obviously, when we go back into the dungeon, we can start off at the floor we were left off at. Next, obviously, is going to explain about weapons. So obviously, you keep using a weapon like a trigger-happy bastard, they will break and they disappear. Use repair powder, which is pretty much what I just said. The longer you use a weapon by repairing, the more magic it absorbs and more from monsters, and thus becomes stronger, which is true. I never really explained that part. Really sorry about that. It's said that when a weapon reaches its full strength, it can change to a more powerful form, which is true. You can level up your weapons, and then obviously once you've put it up to level 5, you can do a status break and put that weapon in another weapon to make it stronger. But I'll explain about that at some other point. And I've already told you about the Atlas. They're scattered in the dungeon. We collect them. It's part of the village. Yeah, you talk so much shit. Fuck off. So yeah, I really apologise that the screen's a bit dark, guys, but it was the only way that I could actually see the dialogue. So we're going to get started now. Ooh, the first dungeon of the game. And our first enemy is a skeleton. You can see the enemy's health bar. The only health bar you can't see are bosses. Treasure chests and shit, obviously, around. But what's in here? So we've got a gooey peach. Handy for attack, don't need it. Yeah, otherwise it will cause a stat effect. And here's our first atlas, so we're about to get our first... okay, we got Macho's house. It's a good start. I know exactly where to put Macho's house. Each villager actually has their own requests. If you fuck off, you stupid fucking bat. Prick. Oh, money, money, money. Okay, that's 5 gold. Not going to get me far. Now, I have platinum in this game. I'm not going to be... there is something... well, I'll explain that at some point, but... I only want to do I'm only going to do the story of this Let's Play. I'm more of a story Let's Player, not 100% completion Let's Player. I know most Let's Players like to complete games 100%, but as for me, guys, I'm sorry, this is not the case. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, once I complete the game, there's like a secret, there's another dungeon gets unlocked after you complete the story. I probably won't be doing that dungeon, I'm just saying now, because it's like the worst dungeon in the game. I'll never get off this Let's Play. And like I said, it's not really story based related, it's just pretty much how to... Fuck's sake, why do I keep getting hit? It's a good start. It's one of those moments where it's not part of the story. It's pretty much just you just get like the best weapon in the game, which I'll probably explain once I finish the game. So we've got the dungeon map. With the dungeon map we can tell what floor... well, obviously we've got like a clear map now on where to go. Each floor, every time you play the game, the floors are random. They're not always the same. Every time you play a different game, or even if you return to a floor, the floor layout changes, so it won't look like this. It'll look completely different every single time. Oh, I should have really. Hello, sir. Do you have a gate key? I knew he was going to attack me. So obviously, we were going to be visiting the Visit Chief quite a fair bit. Until obviously I can open up the shop, in which case I don't exactly have to keep going. Dungeon, clear, floor cleared, back to the village, dungeon floor clear, back to the village, dungeon floor clear. When I can actually open up the shop, I can actually like buy a lot more than just one repair powder, one piece of bread, one piece of water. And like I can buy it and then I can actually stay in the dungeons a bit longer. So progress at the very beginning of this game until I can unlock the shop, or once I actually get the shop from the Atla, is going to be very, very slow. Because I always have to go back and shit. I'll try not to, but I've already got no repair powder, no food. Okay, I've got water, but I don't exactly have any repair powder. So it's going to be a bit slow, yeah, going to be a bit fucking slow going through the early stages of this dungeon. I don't exactly have to. Oh yay, I got the gate key. I don't always necessarily have to defeat every enemy. You really don't. Just upgrade that quick. Once you got the gate key and pretty much like most of the Atla, you don't have to really worry about anything else. Now these things here, you step in it, it could be either good or it could be bad. It's a gamble. So obviously it's good, we're pumped with energy, we've got stamina, which means we're twice as strong. So we should be able to slap all the enemies in like one hit. Pretty much. And we've acquired some fence. I don't think it's any worth it. Oh, poisoned. Apparently I can't fucking do anything. Probably because I've got stamina, so the poison doesn't really take effect. It's been a while since I played this game. I am playing this on the PS4, by the way, guys. Basically, some old PlayStation games you can actually like record. Well, record you can actually download, can you? On the Sony. So yeah. On Sony, so what was I about to say? Oh fuck. Yeah, so basically, oh my gosh, yeah, so I decided to download this. I have platinumed it. You know when you just lose what you're about to say? You just have, you're trying to think for ages and then you just stop. Oh, I'm thirsty. Yeah, but that's pretty much what happened. And I'm getting distracted because I'm getting phone calls and fucking texts on my phone. So I kind of do love it when I get interrupted. No one's fault. I don't tell them that I'm Let's Playing, so I kind of just like keep my phone on silent. Sometimes I keep my phone on silent. If it ever like rings when I'm like recording, sorry about that. What can you do? I'm not going to be able to remember everything. Oh, I've got more fence. I'm still on the first floor. But it's always good to explore every nook and cranny of the dungeons. What I would really like in chests actually early in the game is repair powders. Repair powders would be quite nice. If I could actually get a repair powder in this chest, I could probably advance to another floor. Right, the magical crystals will tell you where all the items are on that specific floor. So obviously there's nothing here, we pretty much collected everything so we can advance to the next dungeon. I'm probably going to have to return to the village and see the village chief just to get some more items, unfortunately, which fucking sucks. Well, yes.